Hey, good morning, Journey Church. Pastor Randy here. It is Friday. It's 11:30. Okay, it's 11:31, and that means it's time for our Sunday preview. And this week, we're going to continue our study of the story of the Bible with a look at how we got the Bible. And it's a pretty amazing story as you consider how we got from here. This is the Gutenberg Bible, the very first Bible published on a printing press, and how we got from there to here, and this open NIV Bible in our language. And not only that, but how did we get from the Bible as written in Hebrew and Aramaic and Greek over a period of 1,500 years that started out over 3,500 years ago? How do we get from there to what you and I can read today in our own language? And so I hope you will join us on Sunday as we dive into that. And then next Sunday, we will gather again here at the Journey Church, June 28th, and that will be our first gathering in person here in 3 months. And I'm looking forward to that. I've got to confess, there is some pensiveness in me, and about that, I'm not sure what to expect, and I think some of you may be uncertain about that as well. I did send out an email yesterday, dropped a letter in the mail to those who don't have email, but sent out an email about what are some of the things that you can expect. And some of that is the arrangement of the chairs. We'll turn this camera around a little bit, and you can see that our chairs are kind of scattered around. And so that will, in many respects, that will just be the very simplest change that you'll see. But there will be other things as well. And so, especially in light of yesterday's announcement from the governor's office and the California Department of Public Health announcing that masks are going to be required pretty much for anybody in any public indoor space. And so I've had conversations with Becky Memmer, our worship leader, this morning, and we'll be conversing with our board about what that looks like for us as we move forward. So stay tuned, pay attention to that email. If you didn't get it, I will send out another letter or email next week with some of those same things and some update about what we will be doing as we regather. But here's what I want you to be thinking of particularly as we regather, and that is, how has God been working in your life over these past several months? What have you learned? Where have you been reading in His Bible? Have you been reading? What have been some of the challenges? The next couple of weeks, the 28th and July 5th, unless everything changes and we can't gather, but right now we'll still plan on gathering then. We want those days, as we begin to gather again, to be times of prayer, of praising God, and of sharing what He's been doing in our lives over these past months. And I'm looking forward to doing that with you. And so one thing I would say is that I know some of you, because I've talked with a number of you, and some of you are still not ready to come back. And I totally understand that. I recognize that is a real thing, and there are a number of emotions and feelings and physical health concerns in that. And we want you to know that we are going to continue to live stream our services. We will do it as much as we can in the same way, including with some time afterward to gather and to converse. And so whether you decide to come and join us here physically in person on Sundays, or whether you decide to continue to engage from home online, both of those are totally acceptable. They are precisely what we want to plan for. And so all we would ask is that if you're able, let us know what your plan is, so we have a little bit of idea of what to expect from you as well. How many people we can expect here, how many will continue to gather online. That will help us out. Hey, let me share one more thing with you today, particularly in light of things that have been going on in our nation over the past several weeks. I'm a little bit surprised, very amazed, and growing more and more disappointed to have realized just over the past few weeks that today, June 19th, is a state holiday. It's a state holiday here in California, has been for 17 years. It's been a state holiday in Texas for almost 50 years. But I never heard about it. And the holiday is Juneteenth. Juneteenth. It's just a merge of June and 19th. It's June 19th. And Juneteenth initially was recognized in Texas as Emancipation Day. Took place a couple of years after President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, officially declaring that blacks were free, that slavery was no more in the United States. But June 19th, 1866, I believe it was 1866, might have been 1865, a general rode into Texas to spread the news in Texas that slavery had ended. And so Juneteenth recognizes the formal emancipation of slaves held in America. And so our nation does not seem to celebrate it. It's not a federal holiday. It's a holiday, I think, in 40 plus states, but not all 50. And so I would encourage you today, just as we do on July 4th, Independence Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day, these other holidays, take some time to inform yourself about what Juneteenth is and why it is a significant day in our nation's history. And thank God that God is opposed to slavery and that he brings freedom through the truth and hope of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And really, that is what we celebrate as followers of Jesus. That is what we want to proclaim as we seek to proclaim hope and healing in our nation, in our community, and in the world. I look forward to having you here. Join us online here on Sunday at 10:30. Until then, God bless. And I'll just say it, God bless America. God bless our community. And God bless the United States. God bless you as you go and bless those around you. Thanks. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Sunday.